Hi, my name is Elsa, and today I decided to bring to you something really heart-touching through a piece of art. Now, the art is called an origami. Now, origami is nothing uncommon. It is basically you take a sheet of paper, then you fold it and cut it in particular ways to get another art, which could be a bird or an animal or a pig. So today, I wanted to bring you something, but before that, let me tell you a very quick story. The story is about a young girl named Sasaki Sadako. She was a Japanese young girl, but when she was 2 years old, her hometown, Hiroshima, was bombed. But she survived it. And later on, when she grew up to be very energetic, very strong, very sporty, and was loved by all. But when she was 11 years old, a bad news hit her. Her face had swollen up and she had become sick very often. So she went to the doctor with her parents, and the doctor said she was diagnosed with leukemia, and it was one of the things that would affect the children because of the radiation of the bombing. She was heartbroken, and the doctor also said she only had 1 more year to live, and she was only in 6th grade. She was heartbroken, but she went to the hospital anyway for the treatment. One day, while she was looking outside the window, she saw someone bringing something peculiar to a person who was ill. And it was something like this. This is a paper crane. But what they bought was several paper cranes attached to each other through a thread, and they were gifting it to the ones who were ill. And she asked, why would you gift something like this to a person who is ill? So they told, our belief is that if you sit down for 1 year and make thousands of these paper cranes, then one wish that you ask will be fulfilled. This was her only way out. She immediately began making paper cranes. But unfortunately, right after the 6th, 45th paper crane, she passed away. She couldn't complete it. But her friends missed her, her parents loved her, and they didn't want to lose the memory of such an amazing young child. So they decided to complete the rest of the paper cranes for her. She was not alive, but they knew she would love it regardless. So today we'll be making a paper crane, but the beauty and the symbolism behind this will be told on later, right after we make it. So if you're ready, let's get on with it. So this is the paper crane that we were talking about. Now if you attach it, many of them together, you might even get a dragon. So to start off, let's begin with a square sheet. Now if you don't have a square sheet, you can always take out an A4 size sheet, fold it diagonally, and tear off the rectangular part. And you will get a square sheet appropriate. Once your square sheet is ready, all you have to do is follow these steps. The first part, you've already had a diagonal, fold it diagonally. Make sure you very clearly see the creases which are developing. And then fold it on the opposite side, again diagonally. Right, now we need to take this into the square version. Turn it around, you've got the square. Fold it like a rectangle right below. And again, make sure the creases are very well defined. And over to the other side, we have the square again. And all we have to do is press the proper way. Okay. So since we've done all the sides, the next step is to shift this into a diamond position. Now from this diamond position, what we're supposed to do is, did you notice these creases? Now I want you to turn these around. The same way, in the diamond position, with these creases on this side, turn it around and try putting these 2 creases onto the central crease. If you can see me, I'm bending it over like this. You can do it one by one if it's easy for you. You can do it together. Doesn't really matter. All you need is to develop a smaller square yet again. So you see that the edge might be a bit numb. It's okay. But if you can make it sharper, do make it sharper. The next step is basically we have two sides. We have an open side and you have a closed side. The open side is what needs to face down, right, like this. And you need to fold this one to the side to form a shape like this, a triangle. I have a little bit inappropriate picture here, but it's okay, we can adjust with it. And to the side again. So we've got a triangle here. You have to bend the triangle here back. So this triangle here, we bend it right on the border of these two. And all you have to do is open up all this back again. But the triangle should be bent behind. Open it up and you will be getting a long kite-like shape. Now I want you to press down the kite as far as possible. Press it down. Press it down, you've got a long kite. And I want you to do the exact same thing over to the other side. You take this triangle, push it to the back, fold it again. You repeat the triangles on this side. And yet again, you open it. And when you open it, again, you've got a longer kite. All you have to do is the exact same procedure, which is just pushing down the kite to form a longer kite. Now this part, the next part, which I'm about to tell you, might get a little bit tricky, but it's okay. Now when you open these two, you will get the bended triangle in the middle and these two on opposite sides. So we've got two long kites on the opposite side. At the same time, we've got a flap here. Now we don't want to use the flap right now. Let's focus on the one where there is no flaps. So here all you have to do is take these on this side. We have to bend it again to the center, like this. So make sure you've got the tip a bit more correctly so that it doesn't go bad. And again, the same way. And I want you to repeat the exact same thing on the other side, which is exactly the same. Yeah. That's it. So we are almost to the end. We've almost got it. Maybe thinking, how do you get a crane from this? But trust me, it's here. And this is what it looks like now. Okay, the next step is what you have to be very careful with. You need to bend the flap, not over. This is not how you bend it. You bend it to the side, like this. The same way on the other side, you bend it to the side. It should look very symmetrical or equal to each other. It should not look very different. It might look a bit different on the sides, but that's okay, but it shouldn't look very different because one of them is the head and one of them is the tail. Once this is done, you open it and then you open this flap like a door right here and then you bend this person in. You see these lines, this is what we bent right before. All you have to do is bend on those lines and push it in straight away. You've got another triangle here. The same way, as you see, this is your bend. You have to notice what your bend is. And then you open this door here and then push the head back in by the bend, push it in. You might have a little problem here, but it's okay. You can adjust and try to push back to get the creases right. And that's it. You've got the tail of the crane, you've got the head of the crane. Now you can choose any of these sides to choose the head or the tail. I'm choosing this side for the head. All you have to make for this bend to come in, it might look a bit hard, but it's actually not. All you do is open the flap underneath, push it inside so you have a small triangle down there, and all you have to do is push this in and fold. You have a bend, push it in again and fold. And you've got the head. As you see, this is our paper crane, just like the others we've made. So if you want to make sure it stands, you can always bend the wings here, down here, like a kite. Bend the wings again. You've got wings. If you want to make it stand, you can always open up underneath. And you can always place it in the appropriate manner, right here like this. And if you can attach it with a needle and a thread. You can attach all these three together and it will look something like a dragon. So I can't show you exactly how it looks here, but once it's together, I would say 1,000 of them together, it will look like a dragon. So here, this is my crane and I hope you got yours too. This looks pretty unique to me. But let me tell you something which is important about this even today. In Japan, you attach many of these together and you can give it as gifts to people who are sick or for their birthdays, as love, as hope, anything really. And it's therefore considered very precious back there in Japan. Now, even in Seattle in USA, there is a monument built based on this. This is now seen as a global symbol of peace. And this was all because of Sasaki Sadako. Now, this might be a fiction, might be a real story. There's something beautiful that we need to understand here. Her friends showed her kindness, right? Why? She was gone anyway. Will she ever see this? No. It was just the unconditional compassion and love and duty they felt they had to do. And that's what we have to do too. It doesn't matter what reward we get. It does not matter. You give something to your friends or your neighbors or your parents. Maybe don't even give something. Say something that'll make them happy. And their smile is your reward. And having a good heart is what's most important. Nothing else. Now to God, what can He give? He's given you everything on this planet. He's given you food to eat, dress to wear. You've got a roof to live under. But what can He give? What does He want? He wants two things. One is your time for prayer. Every day, take 2 minutes. Just take you some time of your life and say thank you. I'm sorry if I hurt you. That's it. That's all He wants. A companionship, a talk. That is what we are obliged to give to Him. Second thing what He wants from us is to treat people with kindness. Being kind is said in our Bible, is shown by Jesus Christ Himself, and that is what we Christians have to have emboldened in our foundation itself. Nothing else. So I hope this crane and the message behind this crane to treat people with kindness will stay with you for a very long time at least. Thank you.